it's time for Friday night. Pac-Man fights with AL Knight. We're gonna play through all the Pac-Man arcade games, each one in order every week on Friday night. It's gonna be a nice chunk of my evening spent playing with my friends and giving commentary as I go along. Something to count on. So grab some snacks and a very big gulp of whatever you are on, and get ready to beat those pesky ghosts as you sing the Pac-Man song. The original Pac-Man, then onto his girlfriend, whom you all should know. Then M's Pac-Man hands it off to Super Pac-Man, and then on to Junior Pac-Man. As you know, we then jump into Pac-Mania, and then to end the show, we'll be finishing off in Pac-Man Championship Edition numero uno. Thank you for tuning into the show. We're getting ready for the fire now, don't you know? It's time for Friday night Pac-Man fights with your host, the wonderful A.L. Knight. Thank you to Namco and Bally Midway for the most inspirational and iconic arcade hero of all time, Pac-Man! Yay!
And Miss Pac-Man too. She's more than Pac-Man with a bow.
Welcome to Friday Night Pac-Man Fights. They have announced, or Robert Englund has announced, that he is retired and will no longer be portraying Freddy. And if you don't know already, there is a new Freddy Krueger film coming. A new Nightmare on Elm Street series is being pitched and is greenlit, and nobody knows who's cast yet. A lot of people are looking for Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise in the new It. And I think he's got the chops. Personally, I agree with Robert Englund himself. He's pitching Kevin Bacon, which would be hilarious because he was in the first Friday the 13th. So, it's going to be interesting what happens. I'm going to give my little personal opinion here, though. I stopped being invested in it after Dream Warriors Part 3, which actually taught me how to stop my nightmares, and worked. It actually worked. But for the Dream Master, while mildly entertaining, it stopped being scary. For me, that's when it just was the villain became the star, and all the slasher films ended up going in that direction, where it was marketing the evil killer, and I couldn't go for that. I never rooted for the villain, and I think there's a reason we have horror films, which is actually ironically on the good side of things. I think we need them, and we need to put a seriousness towards death and loss. Let me park him here real quick. I want to see if this works. This is the legendary parking spot where you will not be seen. And it definitely looks like it's working. This is interesting. Wow, okay. Anyway, I think that they stopped grieving in the movies when the characters died, which was one of the reasons. And like I said, they were glorifying the evil of murder. And I cannot get behind that. I mean, I watched Elm Street as a kid because it was scary, and it was supposed to be. And I was scared. And up to Dream Warriors, it worked. However, even if we only had the three. Now, I do like Wes Craven's New Nightmare because it was doing the very thing I wanted, bring it back to horror. However, the franchise just got silly. It really did get silly. But even if we only had the three real actual horror versions, I think that nobody can play Freddy but Robert Englund. And it just, we already tried. We already tried. Now, I respect Robert Englund, and I think that Kevin Bacon would probably be a good choice. I'm going to go again here. I think that Robert Englund has a good idea, and Kevin Bacon can be pretty frightening if he wants to. But I also think that the idea of Bill Skarsgård is great. However, I personally will not care or really be, besides the free movie night, I'm not going to be invested in purchasing, even renting a new Nightmare on Elm Street series. I'm done. I can rewatch the original three that I like, and I sometimes go into the others just to continue it a little bit, but I always get tired and stop, because it's just not, the point's gone after round 4. The point of it is gone. But, just want to say those few words, my 2 cents about Freddy Krueger here. And, we're going to be moving on to the next game. Maybe. I still got 2 more men. Oh! I was trying to go up and I couldn't. Here we go. So, we're bombing the hell out of Iran. I'm, frightened that something's going to happen on land. Now, I live in a small place that will probably not be targeted safely. I don't think it is a good idea to live in a capital city or a major city to begin with. I just don't think that's a good idea at this moment. And you wouldn't want to. I mean, New York is bad. No matter who you are. And I wouldn't want to live in D.C., wouldn't want to live anywhere in California. So a small town is the best idea. Moving right along to Mrs. Pac-Man. So on with Mrs. Pac-Man for tonight. It's been a long week. Been very scary. I normally don't even involve myself in the news, but at times like this I do, because it's important to know what's coming with such dire consequences looming. And I'm not going to mention anything political here, only that I don't like war. I don't know anyone who really likes war. And not sure of the necessity of any of this, but why we cannot just leave Iran alone, because they don't care about their own people. They're very dangerous, and it's very careless. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I gotta say about that. What else is new? There's a Camp Crystal Lake series coming out, along with the new Nightmare. And from what I know, the mother's the killer. Spoiler alert. I mean, have we not already been through this? I mean, really, have we not already been through all this? Now, it may show how Jason first returned from his drowning in the lake. That little bit could be a short film, I think. Because people want to see how he just, discovered his mom was gone and then started on his own as Jason Voorhees, the killer. That would be interesting to see because we never actually got that in particular. But outside of that, we don't need a series, I think, for that. A lot has been said and done. I mean, in Michael Myers, I think they ended that well with Halloween Ends, And I think let's move on. That's my whole idea with the three major slashers. And the whole Chucky thing just got stupid. Once again, after the third movie, it became about something else. It's always marketing. It's always, like I said, making the villain the star. I mean, it's one thing in the original three where Freddy had a good one-liner every once in a while, but it wasn't the main thing. And he was still scary because he was about to kill you. Now he's entertaining you as he's killing you, maybe not even with the blades, but with some other really bizarre Twilight Zone way, like they started doing in 4. It's just old. It's all just old, and they really need to retire the whole series. But they're going to go with what makes money. If it didn't already make money, that's why you don't see anything new, because new doesn't instill favor with the stockbrokers, the whole stockholders, I should say. Stockholders, it doesn't tell them that it's going to be successful. And so they want to go with only the stuff that's already been proven. Well, obviously there's an impasse there. You reach a point where there's nothing new under the sun, and we're definitely there, I think. It would be great to see something brand new. Which is why I'm trying to come up with stuff. And I'm just a little scared, honestly, because I want to be a prolific writer like Stephen King used to be before the truck accident. I want to be able to actually be scary, but I value my sensitivity. I value my love for life, and I want to keep that. Like that Jewel song, I'm sensitive and I'd like to stay that way. I think I could write some very good horror and thrillers, and without going over it with gore. You don't need the gore. That's lazy. Like too much cursing. It's lazy writing. Show thrills. Build up the audience. Build up the stuff. Make stuff intense. And give at least one or two really good jump scares. Because I think a jump scare is really great, especially in the first 15 minutes of the film. Preferably the first 10 minutes. A great jump scare is fantastic. So I think that's where you want to go with that. On to Super Pac-Man. Let's see how far I can get. Can I get to that bonus stage again or past it? We'll find out. I almost didn't do this tonight, but I skipped it last Friday and had to do it on Sunday. Because I really don't like that when you promise something to someone, or you get into a habit of something and then you don't do it once and then you get into, and it's too easy not to do it again. When it's something that you actually do enjoy, but occasionally you just don't feel like it. Well, I don't like doing that to people. As a kid, I've had too many things promised and then taken away, forgotten about, and no one even tries to make up for it. My dad did that to me all the time. So I don't want to do that to others. So that's why I'm making sure I do this, because I do enjoy it. And I've just been a little bit under the weather, had a very bad week last week with a very bad accusation made of me. So I just didn't feel like much at all. Oh no. I went the wrong way. Wrong way, that's in Q-Bert. Okay. So I also kind of got into playing Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo 2 a lot. I absolutely love Gran Turismo. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Oh, I couldn't get down there. And I just love the upgrades. Upgrades are a great hit for dopamine. If you don't know what I'm talking about, dopamine is the reward drug of that brain. And I think that a long, gradual grind with good upgrades of whatever kind, of any kind of game, when you just continually upgrade things, it's a huge hit of dopamine to the brain. And it's very enjoyable. And Gran Turismo offers that. Plus, it's fascinating that they coded the original Gran Turismo game in assembly language. Entirely. Which is all 3-letter commands with hexadecimal. And it's very hard for the layperson to understand. And to program an entire game that way, it's the only thing that's not binary. It's right up there with, you might as well have done it in binary. But, so I have a tremendous amount of respect for anyone who could do an entire game in assembly without using a higher level language, like C++ or BASIC or anything. Well, you probably couldn't have done it in BASIC as much as I love it. But, that was the fascinating part about Gran Turismo, which is why it was one of the fastest playable games on the PlayStation. Because it was, in fact, programmed entirely in assembly. Well, that was fun. On we go to Junior. Oh boy, I wonder if I'm ever going to get past this first stage. I mean, this is fun. I really should practice this more. But I got so much in life to do. Sometimes I just hate being a grown-up. Oh man, I really went right. I didn't mean to go up and left. That was really weird. I'm gonna say this grievance every time probably. One of my main problems with this game is, and again, I don't know if this is just for this stage or not, but there are no exit tunnels. And I think it's the only one I've seen that does not have exit tunnels anywhere to be found. I think that's cruel, and those dots right there to slow you down, those are cruel. Thankfully, there's not a whole heck of a lot of them. One day I will actually celebrate. I will probably throw a party if I get past this stage. I think it's kind of fun not to cheat, though. And it's not really cheating, but just not to practice too much, because I like to save the fun for these videos, and that's all the fun I got for that. On to Pac-Mania. So, honestly, in the series of Pac-Man, the ones I've enjoyed the most, the ones that really bring me great joy, are Miss Pac-Man, this, Pac-Mania, and Championship Pac-Man. I have a deep love for the whole concept of Pac-Man, don't get me wrong. Jumping, that's one of the things that actually gets this game up there very high in my favorites. And it was my favorite until I saw Championship. But, doesn't mean I have any less love for this. Which brings me to, and this is not political, this is, social. The aspect that if you say you like this, it suddenly means you don't like other things. or that you hate other things, and it's not true ever. You can like whatever you want, as many things as you want. And I just don't understand that. If you say, well, I love plain milk, then people are going to accuse you of hating chocolate milk, and that's not true. I could love chocolate milk, just not as much as I love plain milk. Now that's not true, because it's exactly the opposite. I love a deep, rich chocolate milk. But I'm not going to get into this, but I will not touch Nestle's Quick ever again. I know that you can't say I'm not going to get anything from any company because of this is evil, because you wouldn't be able to buy anything. I get that concept, but there are a few things I will not do knowingly. One of them is Nestle. I am done with that company. And the CFO said that he doesn't believe that water is a natural right to living human beings. And he actually said this. And for that, I seriously am going to say hell to the no. As much as I love Nestle's Quick, and I do. It's one of the best chocolates. I'm not going to do it. Aww. And now to the new Pac-Man arrangement. Okay. Time for, I call this Acid Pac-Man. Because I think they were having some kind of a fever dream when they made this one. You know, I like that everything seems chubby, just a little bit chubby. It's cute. And the vibrant colors, you can't go wrong with these vibrant colors. I just hate pineapples. I used to be allergic to them, definitely allergic. I'm not anymore, and I can have the pineapple flavor, I just really don't like it at all. And I love all the other fruits, all the citrus. I absolutely love just about every citrus flavor. But not pineapple. And I tried to love it, even after I was no longer allergic to it, and had it by accident, and that's how I figured that out. I just can't get past the taste. So, you can have your pineapple. All that you want. Oh yeah, I snagged him right before he turned. Oh no! Oh, the fading mushroom. Got it that time. You know that they're doing something because they have the mushrooms. Oh no! Is it going to be a short run today? Ah, yes. I like feel at home. I like how he actually corners. If you notice, Pac-Man actually takes a corner, goes a little bit diagonal there. See that? Actually kind of goes a little bit diagonal. I like that. That's fun. Can I go on? I always try to go into the ghost pit. I don't know why I do that. It's just one of the things I do on all the games. Whenever new one comes out, the first thing I try is to go into the ghost pit. One of these days, they're gonna let me in. Kind of like the Five Timers Club of Saturday Night Live. Not that anyone cares about Saturday Night Live anymore. And now on to Championship Edition. Okay. There it is. Pac-Man arrangement. I wish I had a stand-up arcade of this that I could put on free play. I get a nice bar stool. I'd probably never leave the house. For some reason, bar stools and a stand-up arcade is just... I mean, it's great to sit down in a chair and play games, but that's how it was in the arcade. You stood up, and like, if you knew the arcade people, you could possibly get a stool. Like if you're a regular at a place, and Godfathers gave me a stool. They knew I was coming. They'd have a stool ready for me while I waited for my pizza. Even when they had the buffet. I only tried the buffet a few times. I ended up always ordering the pizzas. Far better. Even when you're at a place that has both. I would much rather order the full pizza than the slop on a buffet. There's just no comparison. You know, they purposely made that stuff low rent, low quality, because it is on a buffet and you're sitting there all forever eating it. Oh! Godfathers, that was another weird thing about them. The margin of error was huge between the buffet and ordering a pan pizza yourself. You order a pizza for your table, it was so thick and delicious. I mean, there's nothing like a Godfather's pizza. I mean, it's mentioned in Goonies, one of my favorite films of all time. And I always cheer when they mention Godfathers. But it's really that good. But don't judge it if you've only had the buffet. Please don't. Like Pizza Hut. Their buffet sucks. And most places. But I'm telling you, Godfather's, the buffet versus the sit-down food was like a school cafeteria versus Pizza Hut at its best. I want to visit the retro Pizza Hut, one of them. There's one in a neighboring city called Live Oak, and I really want to go. I heard it's a buffet, though, but I want to call and ask first if I can still just order a regular pizza. I'm sure they'll let me, instead of choosing the buffet offerings. But, there's nothing quite like going to Pizza Hut, playing the arcades, waiting for your pizza to come in. Sitting down with your family, talking about whatever, discussing everything from the day. There was no internet. You really looked forward to those wonderful times and the ice cold Pepsi from the pitcher. Because that's what it was back then. I don't know if they're on Coke or Pepsi now. But they had pitchers and big red frosted glasses, chandeliers, low lighting. The pizza was so hot it would kill you if you touched it when it came to the table. Absolutely the best memories. That's what it was. People didn't have all the crazy allergies they had. People didn't have all the hang-ups. You fell down, you just scraped it off and got back up on that horse again. You're fine. And that was what the word was. You mess up, your mom says you're fine, you are fine. Stay outside until supper. Don't come in until the lights come on, or the mosquito truck comes out. Love the little crossover reference of the Galaga symbol in Pac-Man. Namco's always been really good about putting fun little references in their games to their other games. I love the pulsating feel. It's really like an afterlife. It's like, this is the afterlife for Pac-Man, and you're playing him in the afterlife, and this is the eternal end that he got. Oh! Oh no. Well, good night everybody. I love you all. Have a wonderful evening.